Road to recovering starts here. At least we have enough food for another soldier. Okay, so Fort Bologna is the haven run by New Jericho. Oh, so this is the Stop the Soldiers. Unfortunately, those soldiers are too strong for us right now. Oh, perfect. Yes, a heavy. Awesome. Okay, I really want to give him full Banshee armor, but I don't have one available, so... Okay. Pickups armor, I wonder? No armor. Oh, no, look, there is this extra set there, right? Never mind. Oh, I've got to build him a cocking weapon first. Ugh. Right, everyone, hand over your grenades. The Zizigash, you're going to be used as a grenadier until we can manufacture you a hell cannon. Well, if that's the case, then he doesn't need this armor. Okay. Good, good. Not good. That's better. So let's have one errant set of Odin armor. Yeah, which we can give to this lad. May as well wear Odin armor if he's just going to be throwing grenades. Okay, we have 6 nerds. Get our resources back up. Because we can afford to do a scan. Go back to the... There, what's this? Lurker.
So, New Jericho continues to expand its military capabilities, this time with a new class of soldier. The technician, robotic arms, cranial input hubs. It all sounds very impressive, and we are not exactly opposed to this development. But we do wonder, when is New Jericho going to invest in anything other than war? Yes, we need to achieve some kind of peace. And we in Synedrion aren't unwilling to fight. But winning is more than just building the biggest army. To win, we need a functional infrastructure. We need people who can plan. We need a system that works.
Well, shut your heretic mouth. Jericho all the way. I'm actually going to have to wait for some resources so I can do a scan. Okay, that'll allow us to do a scan and we can keep pushing Western Asia. Hopefully find the second base and get a whole bunch of contacts.
Research complete.
Nice, needed that. In fact, while the scan's going on, let's go back to base and get... Turning and turning. One of our operatives has reported experiencing repeated lucid nightmares of floating up into the sky, helplessly twisting and turning in a nausea-inducing spiral motion. It seems to defy the principles of Euclidean space. They always woke up, and before they could see where they were going, but frightening presence waiting for them. Medical examination shows nothing wrong with the operative, and his dreams seem to have stopped. research. Something. New Jericho, definitely. We could reverse engineer this personal defense weapon. We've got a couple of guys who actually have, or at least one guy who's got personal defense weapon, mounted weapon proficiency. PDW and handgun proficiency. Another PDW proficiency. But then again, on an assault trooper, would you use the PDW over assault rifle? Manufacturing, we needed to be making a hell cannon for that other heavy guy. And let's wait for it to be completed. Get out and start.
Research complete.
New Jericho, a militaristic organization founded by Tobias West, enigmatic billionaire founder of Vanadium Incorporated. Ideologically committed to West's values of reason and meritocracy, New Jericho valorizes human will as the foundation of freedom and sees the Pandorans as a threat to the very core of human. West is said to have developed a long-term military strategy that will succeed where previous campaigns have failed. I accuse him of having built a cult of personality around himself. I like him.
New Jericho was one man's vision, and everything depended on that one man. Before the war, Tobias West had been a billionaire, an elusive, controversial businessman who denounced war even as he profited from it. When the world fell, his empire began to rise. Some said he was a genius, a man of principle, dedicated to equality and merit, fighting to preserve the core of human freedom, our will. They said he had a plan, that he could lead us to victory. Others called him a dictator, a megalomaniac, fearful of infection and obsessed with purity. They said he was willing to do anything to win, no matter the cost. The Phoenix Project needed allies. New Jericho could help us turn the tide, but it all depended on one man.
My kind of man. I like him. I think we do this. Range. Head first. Using the. It's not even the upgraded version. Is it a Simon's retreat? I mean, I could, but it's not really helping my economy. I need to focus on my economy. Let's focus on the economy for now. So that being said, I think that I can start doing missions for New Jericho once I do the Simon's retreat. Like how they look so stoked to have this heavy cannon, like, yeah! The back. I think I need to be more mindful of the fact that my chosen tactic of using the Banshee armors, making my lads obviously as fragile as they would be. Something I've got to bear in mind. 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of Banshee. I need to make 2 more sets of Banshee armor. They're 320 each. Other weapons wise, let's do another set of Banshee armor. We'll hang on to this until we get a technician. Well, at some point. Y'all give me a med kit quickly. Better. Few grenades and a med kit, that's reasonable. Grenades. Everybody carried medkits. It's so frustrating. And you have someone die because they just didn't happen to have a medkit literally to hand. They end up dying just because bleed out before they can get to a medkit. One more medkit question mark. Okay, so a couple level 3s, so half my squad is getting there in terms of their levels. Not bad.
Legion Haven is under attack.
Where it looks pretty rough. I think we should go defend them. That's going to give us very good resources. Oof, that looks pretty nasty. Widening Jaya. Several members of base personnel have been caught sleepwalking, drawing elliptical shapes on the walls in an overlapping, almost hypnotic pattern, induced feelings of anxiety in onlookers. On waking, the individuals were confused but otherwise unaffected. All of them reported dreams of flight. Good. Attacking strength 10, threat level high. Oof. Pretty scary, but look at the rewards. So totally worth it if we can pull it off. I mean, we're taking 3 level 1s in, which is kind of scary. But Kite is hopefully going to have a big mission here. He's going to be able to use quick aim twice for the first 2 turns. I have unlocked trading resources, yes. I could be trading all that tech that I'm sitting on for the other resources that I need. But I'm hoping that if I can be slightly more defensive now, not trade them away. I really want to hang on to tech. In the mid to late game, you almost always bottleneck on tech. The thing I don't like about trading though is that you actually, it's not always a positive trade. I was just straight up losing resources, which is I think after we do this, we go do the Simon's Retreat mission. Anyone see any? These nerds are likely to be in these buildings. It's not third place to engage.
Dashing ahead.
Gary, we got to get in there. Yeah, tech definitely gives you the best price when you're trading. But I'm mindful of how I bottlenecked quite hard with tech. Super reluctant to trade it away. I'm always happiest to trade food away for the other 2. Up.
Sprinting.
Okay, let's keep these damn guys alive. Buttons. Not bad. And there's loot on the... Look at most of these nerds behind us. We should be able to engage on them. Ooh, that's a good shot. Take it. Ha ha ha! Heavy cannons. Why don't we just field a squad of 6 heavies and be done with it?
I'm ready. Ready to engage.
Missed. Hoping it would blow the wall away. It looks like it has actually.
Ready to fire.
Does he have Pain Chameleon? Does not. Question now is, do I need to use quick aim? You know what? Let's just be super aggressive. Using the heavy cannon with a facehugger is not advised. The heavy cannon does do nice damage in melee though, so you can just walk up and bonk it on the head. More nerds over there, let's try to get eyes on. See how short the dash range is on all my guys. That's not terribly surprising though. And how low their values are at the moment. We'll get it higher.
My eyes open.
Standing out in the open has historically been pretty suicidal in these kind of games. I find myself more willing to do it because you don't know what it is that's out there. I mean, if that's an enemy that doesn't even have a ranged weapon, it's not bad. One thing I find is that you want to have the cones not overlapping with your soldiers because you can end up shooting your own soldiers in the back. Come towards us, you little... Another, what are they called? Arthropod? Archon? Arthroid. The Tritons, the fish-based ones, they can be lethal if they have shotguns, but mostly they seem to have pistols. I know. Heavy lads, move forward. Do you think?
Advancing. I've got a visual.
That kind of changes things. Shoot that dude. About that nerd. We got a big cannon.
Taking aim.
On that thing's the region. Oh, love it. I'll be able to change just with the lines of sight. I might not be able to get a shot off here. Oh yeah, that's way too dangerous. Hit my own operative. Okay. Don't have a shot.
Let's go.
Kind of fair enough. I can dash though. I need one more hit on this dude. Still got a regen. Restore 10 HP to all body parts because his torso is not destroyed.
Never give up. This better. Enemy killed.
Now this nerd has got only what? He can spit poison, that's dangerous. Watch him. I expect him to use his pincer eventually.
Acquiring target.
You might think shoot the pincer off, but you actually don't want to do that because then you're just guaranteeing that he's going to spit poison at you. And the poison I find is actually kind of worse.
Targeting.
Oh, so that sniper who used quick aim, I thought that was Kite, but it turns out that Kite does actually have his quick aim available. Awesome. So now we've got 2 level 3 snipers who both use double quick aim. That's pretty big for us. This is the level 1. I should probably send him to go grab that. How? A Chiron, you are kidding me. Well, luckily we got heavy cannons, so I can shred his armor away. David, although it is worth bearing in mind that that does get actually like costly, physically costly in terms of resources. But if you're that high level that you can do that, who cares? I kind of don't want to do that because I know it's so good. It's borderline cheese. Like it's so effective. It's so OP. The building's all rendering a bit weird. Need to get to a spot where we can see the Chiron on the next turn. The 2 heavies. Because 2 heavy shots and sniper shots take care of that Chiron.
Running.
Guessing that whatever's in there, plus the Chiron. Last thing we've got to deal with. Yeah, heavy sniper with rage burst. Good lord. I can drop onto him from my. What I truly don't want is this Chiron to start shooting at. I've got to deal with 3 worms at every turn. Harder than it sounds. He's destroyed that container and should now be in full range on my next turn. Don't you dare. He doesn't know where we are. Don't start shooting worms. Dead. Ugh. Does he shoot acid worm? I've got to stop pounding the Chiron now. Minus 20 armor. Took out a bit of that tree as well. You gotta love the Chirons.
Let's go.
Almost seen from. That should work. Straight to the glass. Ah, physics in this game is pretty cool. Now I kind of need to worry about these worms though. I find that Overwatch is pretty effective.
Dead.
Oh, great. Oh, it is a good shot. Fuel vents.
Moving to position.
I think just overwatching that last worm that we can't get eyes on is probably best.
Sprinting to position.
Much conservative, but I think that's fine. How do you see him through there? Where is that worm exactly? On the roof. Ugh. Worry about that. So far in this game, I found that enemies attack, move off the roof, and you overwatch. They always seem to miss. I've never seen someone successfully overwatch a worm crawling down a roof. Oh, that was important. What's up, Dimension Satire? How are you, bud? As you can imagine, dealing with these worms gets a lot easier once you have the rapid clearance ability. Less than a month then, it's still very early on. Oof, ouch.
Trying to aim.
Hit that damn Chiron. I need my heavies to get pistol specialization. Works really well with them because then they can use their 3 ability points. Shoot the main weapon. You know what? I actually haven't encountered the goo in 54 hours of play. How do you miss that, dude? Nerd. Oh! Dude, really? I want to hit the Chiron, but this dude has got to go. Oh.
Zooming in.
Not looking at the armor on this current torso. So the abdomen has 0 armor left. Important note. Do I give up on my dream of getting that box? Right, so we don't have any ranged attackers. Or start shooting mofos. Stand out in the open, don't worry about it. I wonder if it's been patched or something. That they're changing what Chirons show up. The only Chirons I've encountered so far in 50-something hours is these worm launchers and the flame artillery ones, which are nasty. Like if you're out in the open, you're just gonna die. Oh no, I missed a worm. Ugh. Okay, we gotta finish this now, or our guys die of poison. I think poison goes straight through armor. Where are my heavies? Oof, one more. Die! Now we've got to focus on killing the worms.
Target down.
How many worms are there now? The one that was left in the field exploded and did poison there. Chiron shot 3 more out. I'll just destroy this one. Oh my giddy aunt. Lads, I need shotguns. I really need shotguns. Whew. That almost got nasty. It almost got very nasty. Well, 4 on Ruffle. So far, Ruffle and Dizigash, the backbone of the squad. Of course, the snipers are very valuable, but they didn't have a great mission there. Admittedly, they're not made for worm killing, but hell, you use who you got available. What do we get? Just some ammo, but this is the real reason you defend havens. I think we could take on that Pandoran lair. Let's get ourselves healed up. Now I wanted to do the Simon's retreat first. No, we do the lair first, then we do the research. The lair gives you. Am I going to take Warcry? I'll probably take it later though. Honestly, I'm going to skip Roller. I don't bother with it. Taking quarterback though. Well, let's at least give him some grenades. Got to bear in mind that Ruffle is a, grenadier in his spare time. Doesn't just use this gigantic hell cannon. On that note, I think some of these other soldiers are carrying two. I must say there is a rather pleasing symmetry in most of the armor here. And we completed another handgun. I certainly want to give that handgun to Art has a handgun. I've only got one sniper. Really? Yeah. And none of the other guys have handgun. I could give self-defense specialist here to Milky, but it seems kind of a waste. I mean, assaults already get a shotgun proficiency. Well, actually, you know what? I will take self-defense specialist, because that means then if his arm gets disabled, he can still have the pistol specialization. Dash, certainly. Get his wall up to 8 as soon as possible. And we just alternate speed and strength. So PDW is personal defense weapon. I still have it here. Here we go. This is what we got from our free technician. I think PDW is the phrase they use for submachine gun. Look at the numbers. 30 damage in a 4-bullet burst, effective range of 60. You compare that to the 30 times 6. That's 60 less damage. It's a hell of a lot less damage. And a lot less range as well. But its weight is 2, so it weighs a bit less. What is that? Benedrion Neural Pistol ammo. Anything that is not Phoenix Point or New Jericho, we're just going to scrap. Hands to use 2, yeah. Pistols only use one hand to use. Well, I like pistols so much. I mean, I have found that it's very important to have a reliable sidearm for your troops. Not that I'm not a fan, it's that for this playthrough I want to go hard just for New Jericho. That's how I'm sort of role-playing it. Oh look, that's a big nest. Okay. Autopsy. Iron autopsy we should do. That's a long time though. Arthron autopsy we can actually play. More Banshee armor coming soon. We got a nice little hit of materials there. What do I want to do to this base? Okay, we said we were going to go double med bay, double living. Fab plants. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go med bay, living, and alien containment. Then this original base has 2 fab plants, 2 living quarters, 2 med bays. And when we find the next base, we can put training in it. No alien containment. Up, lads.
Scan complete.
Here's the other Banshee body armor we needed. Just to heal faster. That's why I want to build the head area. This is taking way too long. Okay, are we all wearing Banshee armor? Almost. I think we have one. Yeah, we need to make one more set of Banshee armor. That Pandoran layer is going to have to wait for now. To do the silence retreat. Because once you're gooed, you can't move for what? For 3 turns, and it just keeps gooing you every turn. It's a nightmare. Hopefully they will insert some sort of mechanic where you can deal with the goo in the beginning, like, you know, use action points, or like you can still move, it just, you can only move 1 square with all your action points or something like that. Or you can use action points to remove goo from yourself. Do something. Oh, the invisible cup. It's a green cup, yeah. I'm pretty sure it's 3 turns, yeah. There's a couple of things they need to nerf balance-wise. Like, these sirens shouldn't be able to do multiple mind control. I mean, that's just absolutely bonkers.
All I need is a clear shot.
A great shot, but oh well. I really wish I could get assault rifle proficiency on my assault guys.
Moving out.
Just for the extra accuracy on the assault rifles. I mean, I did once get an assault guy wearing full Banshee armor, and he had assault rifle proficiency, and he had cautious. It's like a total of 100% extra accuracy.
Moving now.
It was wonderful. You could just pick it apart of an enemy and just cut it apart. The sirens, I feel like
I got this covered.
I'm very slow to criticize balance in the game. Because, I mean, forewarned is forearmed, and you know how to deal with particular enemies. I mean, the same thing happens to XCOM, or in XCOM. Like, oh, that enemy is bullshit, but then once you know what it's going to do, you can reasonably rely on what it's going to do. Prepare yourself for it. Hold down control and scroll the mouse up or down. Increase, decrease, Overwatch angle. Shout out to Christopher Odd. I saw that on a Christopher Odd video. See what a difference it makes to the accuracy by giving your heavy guys Banshee armor. I'm probably going to miss this, but still, that was way more accurate. Would otherwise be. A habit I've built up in this game of just being happy to shoot from out in the open. I hope is not going to stick with me when I start playing XCOM again. It's going to get a lot of soldiers killed. Snipers, super dangerous. That a spitting head. Oh, okay, so we just destroy that weapon and he's harmless.
No time to lose.
I have to back myself to destroy his machine gun. Oh, it's covered by on the wall. We should be able to kill him. He doesn't have huge hit points.
Confirming target.
Oof, one more. Shooting. I think that's pretty much everything.
Heading out.
How many have we killed? Was 1, 3, 4, so we picked quite a few more actually.
I'm on Overwatch.
There's usually a number of Tritons on this mission. Oh, there we go. Speak of the devil. Don't have a shotgun. Don't have a shotgun. Oh god. Disabled arm, disabled head. What is he carrying? It looks like a shotgun. I've had my guys get one shot by these things before. They just walk. Look at that. 40 damage in 10 shots. That's 400 damage. One thing I'll say about the Disciples of Anu, they don't fuck around with their shotguns. I mean, it's got a rubbish effective range.
That was a kill.
But in terms of raw damage numbers on the shotgun,
Moving now.
terrifying. Not moving. Grab this.
Sprinting.
Making haste.
That should be all of them. We'll tell now at the end of the turn, if the turn ends like instantly.
I'll keep my eyes open.
I find with the sirens, the key to the sirens is stripping their armor away. They have a surprising amount of armor.
Overwatching.
Headshots are of course super important. Shoot him in the head. They can't mind control you if they don't have a head. Okay, I've got a couple more nerds to shoot still. One shot. Oh, beautiful, love it. That was a headshot. Nothing should be able to survive that.
I'm going.
Ruffle.
Identifying.
Do the honors, Ruffle.
Hostile down.
I haven't actually read the tooltip, but I think dazed means that dazed target can't use special abilities. Either just that, or its combat abilities are ruined as well, like movement and accuracy. Completely ruined. I'll look in the Phoenixpedia when we are back in base.
Holding position.
On my way.
Easy enough. Good job, boys and girls. Okay, team, I think we are slowly on the road back to recovery from that disastrous mission. I still can't believe we were given a free technician and then I get him killed on the first mission. I'll take him out. Ugh. Operatives have retrieved a big batch of documents, analyzed them, decreased sites.
As the world fell apart around us, it was difficult not to feel guilty. Some chose to be proactive and fight, but not me. I came here instead. My best weapon is my mind, and I need silence to put it to work. The history of the Phoenix Project is a complex tapestry. In Russia, Turkey, Britain, Spain, not one unbroken lineage, but a tangle of organizations, each passing the torch to the next with only one goal: to protect the human race. But protect it from what? Did they know about the Pandoravirus, and if so, how? The answers are out there. So much has been investigated and collected and analyzed, but it's all scattered, lost. I don't know if it's possible to track it all down, but I have to try. There's only one thing I'm sure of. I can't stay here anymore.
Alright. I like the cutscenes. Great atmosphere. Run your netbook. I don't know, dude. You have to check the requirements. I can't help you with that. Let's see. So what was it? Day. So that's not working. Acid damage, fire. Status effects. Here we go. Alerted, dazed. Action points reduced to 1 and accuracy halved. Okay. So anyone who has a weapon that only takes 1 action point, you still shoot, but your accuracy. So dazed is amazing. Okay, enraged, damage dealt. Okay, I have to stop. It's late. Friends, I'm so glad to be streaming again. I'm so glad to see that Twitch Inspector tells me it's sitting fairly stable. There's been a few little blips of instability, but sitting fairly stable. Okay, so this was the first stream of Phoenix Point. Not going to be the last. On the YouTube channel, we have Long War of the Chosen approaching the end of its campaign. I've got a few more episodes of that. I think I'm determined to not drop Darkest Dungeon. I want to finish that playthrough. I think the Long War of the Chosen playthrough will be done by the end of the week, but Long War of the Chosen 2.0 has just been released. I need to investigate that. So I think for the foreseeable future, it's going to be Phoenix Point and XCOM and Darkest Dungeon alternating, 1 episode a day. So like tomorrow night I'll stream Darkest Dungeon. After that Phoenix Point, alternate those for a bit, and then I'll record offline. We'll see. Okay, thanks for watching, friends. See you.